when you start landscape. Everything you set up is for landscape, and then all of a sudden Facebook says no. Morning, Hayley. I'm just going to log in on ye old laptop. So how are we all? Oh, morning, Karen. Sorry, I'm missing your comments because I'm just trying to log in. One day, I'll be able to go landscape again. When that will be, who knows? But it's lovely to see you. Good morning. I'm just seeing if I've got... Yes, morning, Terry. Hi, Angela. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Rebecca. Hope everyone's very, very well. Just give me 2 seconds for a bit of housekeeping at the beginning. And then I'm all yours. Oh, I've typed that wrong. Okay. Morning, Melanie. Rightio. And I like to have the laptop open as well because sometimes I miss comments on there. And because I have to have the light so bright, sometimes I can't even see. So let me just mute this. Right, here we go. Hi, Joe. Hi, Jill. Good morning, Diane. Hi, Jane. Working from home. Brilliant. I'm sending out your prize today, Jane. I haven't had a chance yet, but today's the day. Today's the day for that. A couple of things. Morning, Sylv. A couple of things. My builders are still here doing the drive, okay? They're doing the front here. And I just thought, you know, we're just going to have to get on with it because it's just, I can't pause my life for the builders. So if I'm interrupted in any way, just let me have a second and then I'll get back to it. But they might ask me questions or something, who knows. Morning, Leslie. Leslie's stroking her fabric. I've got to just wipe my nose. Sorry about this, but I do have to. You don't want to see me wiping my nose, but I do have to wipe my nose. Right. Okie dokie. Okay. So, morning, Susan. Your batteries went in the mouse. Right, so today I am making a pattern from my mum, Lizzy Curtis. I'm making her finch pattern. I do have a finch. Oh, you know what I'm like. I can't find it. But I do have one already that Mum made some time ago, and I've sort of commandeered it, as I do. But I thought, hi Mum, but I thought I would make one up in a bit of a teak. I've got all the quilting clips that I opened from the sale to put the tags on, so I thought, well, they're mine now. So let's make a nice little holder for them. I've cut my pieces to size. Obviously, I can't tell you what the sizes are because it is a paid-for pattern. So if you do want to make one exactly the same as this one, just purchase the pattern. It's only £2.50. She has put it on special offer for us. But if you just want to have the chat, then let's have the chat. I'm just looking for a fabric pen. Oh, you're back now. Morning, Gemma. I'm just looking for a heat erasable pen because we need one. So I've probably got one back here somewhere in the depths of the craft space is what I'm now calling it. So just give me a second while I find that. Should have found it before. Didn't read the instructions properly. Realised why I need a heat erasable pen and don't have one to hand. I've got many fabric pens. I'm just going to have to wing it. Just going to have to find another way. I do have all this stuff, but you know what I'm like, it's never around. One of the requirements is wadding, and I also didn't have enough wadding. Where did you get the pattern from? I've linked it in the description of the video. If I type it again, I copy link and write it in the comments. Oh no, that's a bit long. No, that's not right. It's in the video description. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just butting 2 pieces together to make one of the pieces. So I'm going to just zigzag stitch that. I've got all my instructions. The pattern front is like this. It's really great, actually. Really good quality image of what we're making. And then all the instructions, photographs, you know, the lot in there. And then there's an extra page at the back for really describing the pleats, which is very, very good. So we'll pop that to one side for now while I need to change my thread because I've got green in here at the moment. Yeah, so builders are still here. We've been having a problem with the driveway for some time. That it's, I'll use that, I think. Yeah, we get sort of patches of water settling on it, so they've come to repair that. Oh, well done, Mum. I wonder if I can pin that. Pin comment. Right, I've pinned Mum's. Hi, Jill. I'm not going to deal with that at the moment. This is just a live thing. I'll deal with all business stuff afterwards. So I'm not going to deal with anything business related on here. I like to keep my lives free from... you know, lives like this, free from business stuff, because a lot of people don't want to have it rammed down their throats. They just want to join in for the stitching. So I do keep them free. So I'll get back to you afterwards. Right. Just threading up my machine. I'm just using a blue thread because I've got blue fabric. Oh, what have I done that for? Bear with me. There we go. So I'm just going to pop this on a zigzag, which, oh, that's the stitch length. This is Mum's machine, so I'm not quite sure if I know what I'm doing. Do you know, sometimes what I do is I'll grab a little bit of fabric and give it a little test to see what stitch I'm doing. Yeah, yes, I've pinned Mum's. Hi, Anne. Pinned Mum's comments. If you want the pattern, she has reduced the price for us as well. There is all sorts of goings on out there today. All sorts. I can hear it all. I need to turn my machine on. Okay, I've got a zigzag. So what I'm going to do, if you ever have this problem as well, you've not got quite enough wadding, what I'll do is I'll get 2 pieces, lay one on top of the other, and then I'll cut the piece to size, and then I'll cut straight down the, not straight, it's a bit wonky, straight down the join, get rid of the excess, and then that join is perfectly the same. We do that a lot, we do. People do that a lot in cake decorating with fondant. A really easy way of making sure those really butt up together properly by doing one cut. And then what I'll do is I'll just butt them together and then I'll zigzag over that join. Just because I don't have enough wadding. Wadding is something that I'll get in for a quilt or something like that. I tend not to have any big bits, so that's a great way of just using up your pieces, and it really makes a difference. Morning, Angela. Hi, Mo. Brilliant. Right, so I'm just going to do that. I have missed a little bit in the centre there because my line was a bit off, but as long as I've got the sides sandwiched together, I'm quite happy with that. As you can see, I just missed that bit there, but that's, you know, that's fine. And that's exactly the size we need. So just make sure I turn my stitch back. Right, pen. Now, Mum does say heat erasable pen. There is a good reason for that. I'm just getting my ruler. I don't have a heat erasable pen. I do have, you know, tailor's chalk, a washable pen or pencil, If you don't want to wash your project, you can just give it a little spritz with water, and that will also get rid of those lines. So there's loads you can do. Does the fondant not plug up your needle? I had a Cricut cake machine at one point. Oh, I loved it. There's only so much you can do, isn't there? Right, so I've chosen black for my lining, and then I've got this batik, excuse my nails, this batik for the outer. So I'm going to follow the instructions. Oh, honestly, it's been absolute chaos, and then it was really lovely yesterday, and then this morning when the builders arrived, it was absolutely hammering down, and I could see them out there. I felt so bad for them. I sort of wished I had like a pop-up gazebo or something I could give them, but I don't, so I took them coffees. Right, following the instructions, but talking to you in case you're not doing this. Yes, so that's what I've been doing today, is dealing with, yeah, okay. Yes, I'm just drawing the lines on. These are for the pleats. Obviously, that's why you want the heat erasable pen, because the pleats are at the front. I don't have one, so I'm just drawing it. So starting from there, draw a line, and then draw a line. A bit tricky to see on this fabric. That's why I was looking for my white pencil, but yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, and then I'm not giving you the measurements because obviously this is a pattern that I have bought. I am a member of my mum's gold club, so I do pay each month to be a member of her club. She would give it to me for free, but I pay to be a member of her club, and I have paid for this pattern. Right, so next line. I hope I'm doing this right. I'm just gonna check the extra page on the pleats. Oh yes, here we go. Right, additional page to explain pleating. Oh yes, hold on. No, see, that's me. That's not followed the instructions properly. Now I'm going to have lots of lines on it because I haven't read it properly. But that's fine. It's my own fault. Right, so first line. I'm going to do this a dashed line so that I can distinguish between the two that I've done. So I hope you're all well. Yeah, I know, Mum, I read it. I just wasn't looking properly. Yes, here we are. Yes, I know, see? It's just me. Your instructions are perfectly clear. But I just wasn't looking. I just went gung-ho, didn't I? I'm just drawing my lines. So that's my first line. Then I've got my second line. Then I've got my third line. And then, yes, see. I got it. So I'm just drawing all up this fabric as per the instructions. She's good like that. But yeah, Mum's Gold Club, if you're not a member, it's only £5 a month. And I've seen other clubs where you're paying £9 or £10 a month for a quarter of the content that Mum delivers. So it's worth a go, and we're all very nice in the group. So I'm just drawing these pleats on. Yes, I am. It's tricky to see on this fabric. I do want to heat my iron up as well, so I'll do that in a second. And I've had a delivery this morning for my next sale of it's a fat quarter sale. Had a nice delivery this morning. It's exciting. Right. And that's the last line. And that, if I've done it right, should measure something that it doesn't quite measure. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's all right. I've got 5 pleats. Where's my iron? Down here. Is it plugged in? Yes, it is plugged in. It's good, isn't it? I'm going to just grab a small mat. I don't really want to bring my big mat up, so I'm just going to grab a small one. It's quite warm in here this morning. It's weird, isn't it? You look outside and you think, oh, it's rubbish weather, but actually it's warm. Hi, Karen. So I'm just waiting for my iron to heat up. I've got my pleats here. Mum's used pins and I'll use pins. Still got my pins in the pin cushion we made, the flower. So just wait for that to heat up. Hi Abby, do you have any doggy fabric? No, afraid not. The last dog fabric I had was during the sale, so no. I do have, actually, I tell a lie, I do have some dog fabric, but it's, I'll show you, because it's down here in this pile. It's in the offcuts of the, from the sale. So anything that doesn't quite measure enough, I have popped in this box down here so that I can do some sort of scrap bags. So just watch out for that, Anne. Just watch out for that. That won't be, they'll be up shortly. Right, so now I'm going to join my pleats together and pin it. Hold on, I will actually follow the instructions. Yeah. Draw lines, lay together and stitch down all 4 pleats. That I can do. This extra page for the pleating is invaluable. What's Mum saying? Oh no. Just signing up, Lizzie. Oh, brilliant, Leslie! That's so cool, honestly. So Mum does a Facebook Live every Thursday to go through one of the patterns, because you get 3 patterns a month for that £5. So she does a live every Thursday to go through the pattern or answer questions about it. But you get a full video for the pattern, you get full instructions, and other people come in and do lives. Mum does lives on a Monday or Tuesday as well. Yeah, as I say, she has guests and all sorts, and it's, I mean, that's £5 a month. I think that's an absolute bargain. And that's why Abby won't commission, but that's why I pay, because it is a bargain and you get to be part of the group. Right, so pleats. I'll start, okay, got it. So join, so the top line and the bottom line we're going to join. Is that right, Mum? Top line and bottom line, join. Yeah, that looks good. And pin. Yeah. It looks like the pleat on my other one, so I think I'm doing it right. Okay. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, got it. So I'll just give that a little press. Okay. Press that down. Next one. Oh yeah, I got it now. I got it. No one panic. I'm a little bit curved on this end. Don't know what I've done there. Okay, pin that. So what projects are you all working on at the moment? Where's that pin gone? What are we all up to? Still enjoying lockdown or completely over it? I'm having one of those over it weeks. I do also, I am a homebody, so I do enjoy it. But I also would like to, you know, pop to the shops with the children. And you can't really do that. Oh, making shorts for the grandchildren. Oh, awesome. Mum's working on Christmas. Hayley's working on face masks. Fab. And I am working on whatever it is you see me working on, because I haven't got time to do anything else at the moment. That's why I have to say that's one of the reasons why I love doing my lives, because it does give me a chance to actually stitch something. Because, you know, nothing's really changed for me during lockdown because I worked from home anyway. So nothing's really changed other than the fact that the children are under my feet constantly. Other than that, nothing's changed. So I'm sort of squeezing stuff in as I can. But it keeps me busy, keeps me out of trouble, and, you know, puts food on the table at the end of the day, doesn't it? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pleats. Now, because I've drawn the lines wrong at the beginning, I can see those lines, which you wouldn't see if you were using a heat erasable pen. But we live and learn, don't we? Well, I knew it was going to not be right anyway. Right, I'm just going to move this iron. Get that out of the way. So, what I've got is this. So if you can see those pleats. So that's what I've got. Okay, right, instructions. Get rid of the additional page for pleating. Oh no, I've got to stitch them down. I've got to stitch the pleats now. So, what does it say about stitching the pleats? Oh, definite or even scant 1/4 inch seam allowance. Fold the fabric, yes, stitch down all 4 pleats. Got it. So, what I'm going to do is I'll just use the edge of my machine. It should be all right, I think. So I'll bring my machine in so you can see. Susan, making a bag out of denim, and I've embroidered on my machine with a bee and a flower. Ah, fab. Karen, enjoying it when you're not, when I'm not, when you can do what you like. Brilliant. Made so many face masks, going Google-eyed with them. Melanie's made face masks, Diane's made face masks. Maeve, is that how we say Maeve? I hope so. Jean, hi, I'll be trying to get my gifted vintage princess sewing machine working. Ooh, sounds fantastic. Gosh, sounds lovely. Right, so I'm going to stitch down my pleats now. Which way did Mum stitch hers? That way. Ah, I understand. Okay, fold that back and then stitch. I'm just going to stitch along the line I've drawn. Is that okay? Yeah. Looks like that's right. Let's have a look if that's right. Oh yes, that is right. So that's my first pleat stitched. I'm going to chop off my threads. Next pleat. Ah, yes, right, okay, I see what I've done. I've attached it to the back. Okay, take my pin out. Yeah, there's helicopters and builders and all sorts going on today. Very busy day today. That's why you draw the line. Oh yeah, got it. Leslie just made a rabbit pencil case for Christmas. Oh, lovely. Right, next pleat. Where's my foot pedal gone? Kicked it all the way over there. off the selvages, the gold ladies will get this. Yes, cutting off your selvages. Ah, working from home is, WHF is working from home. I didn't know that. I'm not down with the kids, Karen. I'm not down with these abbreviations. It's all mumbo jumbo to me. Susan's making a Dresden plate into a table mat for her aunt's 90th birthday. Oh, you won't make a mess of it, Susan. I have complete faith. Right, next one. Oh, Anne's just finished an attic window quilt. Oh, lovely. Gorgeous. Okie dokie. Last pleat. If you do get this pattern, obviously there is a full tutorial on Mum's YouTube, so if you want to watch that video, you might not want to go by me getting it wrong at the beginning, but if Mum's got a full video. Rightio. Oh, so you know I always have problems with my deliveries and all that business. Well, ordered Jaden a new bed and got a mattress, and the mattress was coming separately. So the mattress arrived. Thank you very much, I said to the man. The next day, the same man pulls up. I think, oh, what else have I ordered? Well, it's another mattress. I said to him, I didn't order that mattress. I only ordered one mattress. He said, well, I did wonder why you were ordering so many mattresses. I said, no, I said, that's not mine. He said, right. I said, well, maybe I ordered two by mistake. I said, I don't want you to just take it away in case I did order two. You know, sometimes you can put the quantity in wrong. So I said to him, bring it in and I'll, well, not bring it in, but, you know, leave it. And I'll have a look online. I looked online, I haven't ordered two, I only ordered one. So now I'm waiting for their customer services to get back to me to return the second mattress. It's not taking up too much room because it was coiled up, rolled up, but still. It's a small double as well, so it's not the smallest thing in the world, but I thought I'd rather take it in than send him on his way and realise I've been charged twice for it. Do you know? Does that make sense? So I've got multiple mattresses now. Morning, Julie. Okie dokie. Right, done that, Mum, I've done that. Okay. Oh, right, so you can press them up or down. Oh, which way do I... What's happened there then? Oh, look what I've done. Oh no, we're okay. I just didn't fold up one of the pleats. Right, so you can press these pleats up or down depending on which way you want your clips to go. I'm going to press them towards the biggest gap edge. Right, next, you will finish up with a piece that size. Oh, that's not the right size ruler, so that's all right. Mine is a bit smaller than what is required, so we'll just cut the other bits of size. Right, here we go. Add your wadding to the back of your outer pieces and attach some stabiliser interface into the wrong side of your lining pieces. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use wadding. To the back of your outer pieces. Outer piece. Oh, there's a van. I've got to check who it is. Who's that? They must think I'm nuts. They must wonder what on earth I get up to. Right, so I'm just going to trim this other piece aside because you know what I'm like. So then I've got to trim my other 2 pieces as well. Oh, thanks, Mum. Looks great. So you can hear the builders now. I apologise if there's any language that you don't want to hear. Right, so what do we have to do? Attach the wadding backing to the back of your outer pieces and attach some stabilisers. So what I'll do is I'll use my June Taylor spray. I'm actually going to have to trim these to size because I have not quite done that. Right, so bear with me while I trim off that excess. So there we are. I'm trying to keep talking so that, you know. Right, so using my June Taylor, these are actually offcuts of a Quilt As You Go panel that got a little bit ruined. That's why it's got the marks on. So I'm putting the lines up onto this fabric. You won't see it. So just using this is the Quilt Basting spray from June Taylor. There are other sprays that you can use. Or you could use, you know, iron-on wadding if you want. Mum talks about a magnetic clasp on this because it's going to be an open pocket as well. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to use the open pocket for much, I don't think. I might put some threads in there. Why is it called a Finch? So Mum's Gold Group, every month she does the 3 patterns and they're always named with the first letter of the month. So Finch, for example, would have been February. And so she tries and thinks up the names and it's very tricky because she's got loads and loads of patterns. So Finch also is bird, and I think there's a reason. I can't remember what the reason is. Right, so Mum goes through how to attach the magnetic clasp as well. I'm not going to do a magnetic clasp, so we'll just skip that bit. Right, here we go. Stitch the front outer to the lining piece. And oh, that's still doing the... Ah, right, okay. So because Mum's done the magnetic clasp, those pieces you want to hide. So if you've got the instructions for that, you can do it that way. Turn your volumes down for a minute. The noise seems to be travelling in that direction. Coming back. Turn me up now. I'll go right. Turn up now. There we go. Right, quickly. So Mum's got the magnetic clasp, so if you want to follow Mum's instructions with the magnetic clasp, do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it slightly different because I'm not doing a magnetic clasp. That's very amusing. I did pre-warn you, don't say I didn't warn you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these right sides together, stitch, 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 3 sides, then the lining I'm going to stitch, stitch, leave a gap for turning, put them together and flip it round. You wouldn't do that if you're following Mum's instructions. I'm going rogue because I'm not putting the magnetic clasp in. Okay? So, yay. Bless them. They're only doing their jobs. side. I didn't make sure, oh yeah, my pleats are still nicely down. I'm doing one side and then I'm not doing along the bottom and then doing up the other side. I'm actually flipping it round so my pleats are all facing towards me so that I don't have to worry about them looping up. So I'm doing the other side now and then I'll do the bottom. And I'm doing a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Oh, it looks like I can't see me now on the laptop, so let me know if you can see me, because my laptop is saying you can't see me. So, but my phone is still saying I'm live. So let me know. Oh yeah, you can see me. Oh, there we are. Right, so I'm going to have my pleats facing up. So I want to close this bottom pleat, this bottom side, and I'm fully closing this end because this is the outer. And I'm just running that off. I'm not doing a back stitch or anything because these aren't going to get any heavy use against the corners. So I'm just running completely off. Okay. See, the thing is, what they're doing is they're cutting the bricks along the thing so they can take the bricks away and then put in the drainage. Right, so with the lining, I'm going to stitch down both short sides and I'm going to stitch the bottom, but I'm going to leave a 2-inch gap for turning it through. So if you've got a pattern fabric, you'd still be doing right sides together. Oopsies. So as long as you use the same seam allowance, you'll be fine. I'll do the other side as well before I do the bottom one. This is just something I've been doing recently. I normally would go round, but I've just been doing it this way. Okay, and don't worry about a back stitch on there because those seams are going to be enclosed because you're going to be stitching that to the outer. So I'm going to do the bottom and I'm going to do a gap for turning. I will do a back stitch on that gap because it's going to get some pressure obviously with us turning some bulk through. So just do a little back stitch, take it off, move across and hold my threads. Back stitch again. And then come off. Right, so trim these. Like so. Okay, they're on my threads. So I've got my little pouch, which is my lining. So when you're putting all this together, always remember that it's right sides to right side. So what I want to do is I want to put my outer inside my lining. I'm going to keep my lining like this, so this is wrong way. I'm going to turn my outer, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim off some of this wadding. Okay, obviously I've gone rogue from Mum's pattern only because I'm not doing the magnetic clasp. And you know, also patterns, they're up for your own, follow them how you know, if you want to add extras or, like, you know, if you want to embroider anything. Right, so I'm just going to turn this through. Mum's not commenting now. Probably cross. Turn that through and give those corners a good poke. Like that, because this is your last chance to poke out these corners because you're going to get that lining in. Okay? You can give it a press if you want to. Okay. Right. So that's what we've got now. Then, so remember it's right sides together, so your lining is going over the top of your outer. So you're putting your outer into your lining, okay? Now this is where the quilting clips will come in quite handy. Because what you're going to do is those two seams, you're going to line those up, and then you've got a really accurate way of knowing that everything's straight. So just line up that seam like that, and then do the same on the other side. So if you can see what I'm talking about. So that's the seam of the lining, that's the seam of the outer. And I'm just making sure that they're completely level with each other. Okay, and then just give it a little, you know, flatten it out a little. And then that will fit perfectly inside because you've cut them the same size. So now all we're gonna do is using 1/4 of an inch, I'll probably go a little bit bigger than 1/4 of an inch, is stitch those two together, all right? Oh, Mum says very good, thanks Mum. Oh, Mum's cutting fabric. Just taking off the bottom of my machine so that I can fit this over the top. I'm just going to take off that first quilting clip and place this, it should just about go over like this, and using 1/4 an inch. And I will do a back stitch here as well because this is the top, we want it to look neat. Okay, and we're simply going to feed that round. And if you get any fabric poking out of the outer, just tuck it down into that lining. Okay. Coming round to the next seam, take off the quilting clip. Make sure everything's nice and together. You could have joined the lining top to the outer top, then stitch around both pieces, just saying, oh no, I like to do it like this. This is how I like to do it. Little back stitch. Okay, put that back on there. Trim off my threads, and I will trim off just a little bit of this excess wadding because I don't want it to poke out the top like that. Just give that a little trim. Yep, that's looking nice. Oh, I can just see where I've just missed a little there. I'm just going to go over that. Just haven't quite caught it. Okay, that'll be fine, I'm sure. Clip earrings could be attached to the pleats. Okay, right, I'm going to turn it through now. So using that gap for turning, I've probably only gone about 1.5 inches there. You do want a good couple of inches. So just give it a little. So just going to pull through my outer. Like so. Do the corners of the lining. And then of course you can top stitch this gap closed. You've got just that little gap there. I'd use a corresponding colour, but for the purpose of this I'm not going to bother, but you can close that and then tuck it in. Did I leave my iron on or off? Off. Let's put the iron back on. And then feed that lining down into your pocket. If you were to use a foam, you could end up with a really nice like binding at the top effect, because the foam, if you don't cut it back, you could have a nice little lip, and that would be a really nice finish, I think. So I'm just going to do this now. Does Mum say anything about top stitching this? No. Nice one. So I'm just wriggling this down to give it a good press. Wriggling that lining in. Lovely, lovely. Right, I'll just do the back first and then I'll move to the front. Okay, so I'll just do the back. Good press. Now if you've got one of my small mats, you could put that in between the layers and press either side. Now you're okay, Susan. Susan bought me a cup of coffee this week. Right, so that's one side and then that top on the other side. Again, you could cut out more bulk if you really want that to sit neatly. And make sure your iron is quite hot as well. You want to really give it a good press. You could top stitch it down as well, I suppose, if you want to. And then just press those pleats. These pleats are pretty special. Now, of course, Mum did a Prismatic Clasp, as you know. So that would go in here and you would then have it closed. But that is Finch. So if I put my clips on, you'll now be able to see, let's get these in, how it works. So you simply clip your clips on like this. Now these clips are longer than the average small clip. So your average small clip, that's not a very good example. Your average small clip is going to be the length of this orange, but these ones have got a slightly longer bit. So they do overlap slightly, but it doesn't affect it really, I don't think. So just put my clips on. Get some more. I like the orange ones, they're quite luminous. Attach them on. It's also a good place to store them so that they're easy to hand as well, which I think is very, oh, that's the wrong way around. I think it's very useful. No, Mum, you're the Robin to my Batman. No, joke. Right, here we go. Obviously I'm holding it up so they're not flat. But there you can see all your clips attached to the front. Then you'd have your clasp to keep it closed, or poppers. And then you've got a pocket there for other bits and pieces. But you've got your clips on there ready for the next time you use them. Brilliant, isn't it? What a good little project. You could fit in your embroidery scissors. You could fit in your little needle case. You could fit in your mini rotary cutter. What else can I fit in? Machine needles. Oh, I've got some big clips here. Hey, I'm going to big clip it closed. What do you think about that? So you've got all sorts of bits and pieces in there. So when you're actually allowed to go out and about and go to workshops and things like that, you'll be able to fill this with all your bits and pieces. Actually, I like the idea of these big clips on there. Look at that. Fab, isn't it? Really simple. Jean's going to make one today. Maeve's going to have a go once she's joined the club. Brilliant. You could adapt this to a pocket on a machine mat. Absolutely. Diana uses her Finch every day. Leslie is just printing out the pattern. She's going to use some of her lovely Tilda. Brilliant. Isn't that fab? Talking of Tilda. Susan, I didn't go to the post office yesterday because I didn't have a chance, but I've got your Tilda right here, right next to me, with your name on, ready to go. And then the other bit that we spoke about. But it's right there. Great project. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? I love this. It's so useful. You could have your clips going either way, depending on where your pleats go, but I like to have them up like that. And I quite like it as just flat on my desk. Not that you can't see that, just flat on my desk. I quite like it. It makes it quite easy to access. So there we are, that's Finch. Thank you. It looks like an armadillo. Armadillo. Do you remember the Dime Bar advert where they spoke about armadillos? Well, if you did my quiz about chocolate, you will know. Right, so that is my project for today. It's nice to have finished a little project because normally, as you know, I go, right, well, I'll finish that after, and I never really get the chance, but it's lovely to actually finish something. So you'd be able to whip yours up super quickly. So that's fantastic, isn't it? Soz about the noise. You know, nothing I can do, nothing they can do. They've got to do their job and I've got to do my job. So we just got to work around each other. I will be, what day is it? Wednesday. No, Wednesday? Yes, because it's bin day. We had an issue with the outside freezer. Somebody accidentally turned it off. So everything in there perished. So I managed to get that out to the bins today. Very unfortunate business, but bin day today. So I'll be back on Friday with another project. Not sure what that will be yet, but it will be something. And then, of course, the sale, Fat Quarter sale. If you haven't joined the event, it's not necessary because I will be live in the event like I was last time, but I will share it on my page. But I've had a huge delivery. I don't know if you can see all these Fat Quarters here. They wanted to be shown. Those Fat Quarters there. Oh look, I'm making a mess now. And then I've got Fat Quarters over here. Can you see those ones? Sneak peek. And also, anyone that won my competition that was ages ago, I was waiting for the Cafe fabric, and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the Cafe fabric. It turned out the supplier lost my parcel, which, you know, in this climate, that happens. So I've still been waiting, but they did email me yesterday and tell me that they have found the parcel.